What is good, you guys? So yesterday I went for a run. I told you guys I'm trying to get back into like working out outside. So I went for a jog run. I shouldn't say a run, but I'm manifesting that I'm becoming a runner. But yeah, you guys, so I went on this jog run yesterday and I had this download, and this is something that I really wanted to talk about, which was very interesting because one of you guys left in my comments on a video that I recently did, and it said, help me move mountains. I think it was my friend Jenny, but it said, help me move mountains. And it was so crazy because I had already wrote this down and I came across that scripture, or it popped in my mind while I was on my run, and it said, perfect love casts out fear. And I really want to talk about this, you guys, because I really just got this revelation. So let's get into it. I'm going to read the scripture for you guys, and I will read it from the King James Version and the New International Version because they're both different, but they do say the same thing. So the King James Version says, this is John 4:18, and it says, there is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. And then the NIV says, there is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love. And I want to speak to this talking about obstacles or 3D experiences that you do not want to be in anymore. And this is something I think that a lot of us do. We get fearful, or we are overly just disliking our circumstances to the point that we're trying to be anywhere other than here, now, in the present. All right. So when it says that love drives out fear, love casts out fear, do you know how powerful that is? And when it says perfect love, what does that mean? Because love, yes, will move mountains. Love by itself will move any circumstance around. But perfect love is really perfect seeing, perfect vision of yourself, knowing your I am. Your I am is what moves out any mountain, any circumstance you're in. But perfect seeing and perfect love is knowing that you are everything. And I think that a lot of us try to get out of being where we are right now because we think that we should be somewhere else, like whether it is in the future or still reminiscing on our past. We are taking all of our power and spreading it into other directions instead of where it really belongs, which is right here in the present moment where all of your power is. So being here right now in this moment is the perfect place you can be to absolve or dissolve any situation that you're going through, any 3D condition, anything. It does not matter what it is, especially if it hasn't happened yet. Like, especially if you're anticipating something negative happening and it hasn't even occurred. The best thing that you can do is be right here, right now, because that is where all your power is. Not fearing and not harping on something that is, because this state is what it is. It's not going to, this state is already done. It's not going to change. But the fearing is what makes you settle for this state. Fearing is what causes you to settle for a circumstance that you do not like. So perfect love is really your presence, you guys. Perfect love is you being present with this moment, accepting this moment, not trying to change the moment, not trying to escape this moment, because in this moment has the answer, you guys. And I used to be very bad at this. I used to be trying to get away from the moment and trying to think about, oh, but I remember when this was good and that was good, and oh my gosh, I'm fearful of this. But this perfect moment right here, my presence can take me in any direction, because whatever happened in the past, that was only a state, and I could go back to that state. I can remember the feelings of when those times were good, and that can be brought here now. Or if I'm thinking about the future, I can bring that here now and assume it to be the way that I want it to be, right? So my presence, my total presence, my involvement with who I'm being right here, right now, is what's going to move that mountain. So I want to put this quote from Neville Goddard here, and I'm going to read it because I don't want to, misuse his words. So he says, each person is born with an infinite power against which no earthly force is of the slightest significance. Neville Goddard. So that means that where you are right now, your presence, your love, your knowingness that you are one with all states, that every state exists from where you are right now. There is a way to get to where you want to be from where you are right now. And it does not have to, you don't have to stay in this state, you guys. You don't have to stay in this state. But when you are present, what you are affirming, what you are thinking, what you are assuming, what you are imagining for yourself, that is the perfect love. Presence, being present with that while you're in this state and still loving this state, still accepting this state that yes, I may not like this situation, but this is what it is. I don't have to change this state. I only have to change my perspective of myself, which is the love. What are you thinking of yourself? What are you assuming of yourself? What are you assuming of your situation, the outcome that it could be? Do it in a loving way and do it with your presence of knowing that there's infinite possibilities because you are infinite. You are limitless in this moment, not in the past, not in the future, not trying to get somewhere. You're thinking from all that could happen outside, but you in here, right now, in this moment. That is the love that moves the mountains. Being present right here, right now is what's going to move that mountain for you, you guys. It really is, all right? So there's no better time than now. There's no better place for you to be than to be here right now, no matter what your circumstance looks like. Because here right now, you are at the center of all universes, all timelines, all things that can happen for you, anything that can happen for you. You can decide right now to jump on a different timeline by thinking different of yourself, by assuming different of yourself, by assuming different of your situation, of people, or whatever it is. And it has no choice but to be so, you guys. It really has no choice but to be so because you hold all the power in your now present moment. No matter what's happening outside, if you could just sit right here or be here within yourself, that has the power to move the mountains, you guys. It's not trying to fix what already is because that reality is set the way that it is. You just chose a movie that you don't like. You have to change to a whole nother movie. And you can do that right here, right now. But it's the fear. The fear is that you agreeing with that situation that you don't like. And it's just you not seeing the whole picture of yourself or the whole picture of your I amness, of your oneness with everything. So perfect love is seeing the oneness with everything that you are. Yes, this state here, cool. I might not like it, but cool, I'm that too. But yes, we're gonna move over to another state that I desire to occupy right now. And then that way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make any kind of like sense actually to dislike where you're at or to reject it or to try to run away from where you are right now because that is you agreeing with it. But you say, okay, cool. I don't have to like run away from this. I don't have to resist this because I'm the only one that has the power to change it. Remember, your circumstances have no power from above unless you give it that. Unless you give it the power over you, it has no power. All right. So it's you here right now, your perfect love, your perfect vision of yourself, your perfect seeing, your oneness with every reality is what's going to move this mountain. It's what's going to cast you out and move you out of this state, you guys. It's the love. It's the love for yourself that, man, I have not been seeing myself with perfect vision. I haven't seen myself as the all. And that is forgiveness, you guys. Forgiving yourself for not really seeing yourself truly how you want to be seen. But you can only do that right here, right now with your presence, which is that perfect love, you guys. All right. So that love will move the mountain. You loving yourself as you are right now in the circumstance that you are right now, loving yourself enough to see yourself different, to see your circumstance now different, however you want to see it. There's no other better place to be than here right now, being I am. All right. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. And remember, you guys, coaching, all that good stuff is down below. Get down in the comments and leave me a heart. And once again, you guys, imagination is always on your side, and I am too. Bye.